Philippine Air Force.
Republic of the Philippines, Police Director General Ronald M. Dela Rosa, PhD, for peace and fight against drug and crime. Let us now welcome the Gusi family. Honorable Ambassador Barry Gusi, Dr. Evelyn Gusi.
Our very own hero of the Philippine nation, General Ronald de la Rosa.
Of the Philippines, Police Director General Ronald de la Rosa.
Good evening, everyone. Somebody from the backstage told me a while ago that he wants me to say again what I said last night. So I will say it again. Yes, I am a proud advocate of peace. In my 30 years of military and police service, I always see to it that the peace-loving people live in peace by making sure that the bad guys rest in peace. That's only a joke. That's a joke. I'm only joking. To the Honorable Ambassador Barry S. Gusi, I will treasure for the rest of my life. With humility, I accept this award as a simple public servant, and with pride, I offer it to the Filipino people around whom my life has revolved over the years as I strive to serve and protect them. I was born and raised in a place called Barangay Bato in Davao del Sur by humble parents who barely had enough in terms of material things, but whose hearts overflowed with love for country and respect for their fellow men. I grew up dreaming of a life in public service and someday making a difference in the community where I belong. With the same love for that country instilled in me by my father, who was a tricycle driver, and my mother, who sold fish in the public market, and who both strive hard to send their children to school. I found myself on the grounds of the Philippine Military Academy in 1982, ready to face the challenges and rigors of a cadet life. 4 years later, in 1986, as the nation welcomed a new era in governance, I donned my uniform as a constabulary lieutenant for the first time as I marched on towards the life of a soldier. Today, 30 years later, I have come a long way as I endeavor to become the best that I could be and make my parents proud of me. As fate would have it, I now find myself sitting at the helm of the organization that I so love and served for the past 3 decades, chosen and appointed by no less than the President, Rodrigo Duterte, whom I first met in 1986, the same year I graduated from the PNP. As the President announced his call for a drug-free Philippines, I was placed at the front lines as Chief of the Philippine National and live good lives. We achieved victories in the process, and the rest, as they say, is history. Davao City became known for discipline among its citizenry and peace in its streets. As I started leading the nationwide campaign against illegal drugs in July, I drew strength from the courage my father instilled in me as a young boy. I drew inspiration from the trust and confidence of my countrymen. And more than that, I drew deep enthusiasm from the desire to save our countrymen, especially our youth, from the evils brought by illegal drug use and abuse, and our country from eventual ruin. This time, the challenge is far greater. From Davao City, my response war that has been raging for years, but not as relentless and vicious as it is now being waged. It is a war that was long in coming, but for lack perhaps of political will or for other reasons, it was never waged as strongly. And our country has suffered too long from the evils brought by illegal drugs. And at this point in time, when we have been awakened by the gravity of the problem and recognized its devastating effects, which we have refused to accept for so long, then we must now act with deeper resolve and save our nation in the process. There were efforts in the past, but nobody wanted to go this far. I do not guarantee a complete solution to this menace through this anti-drug war alone, because we know that the forces of evil will never stop. But all I know is that it takes more than an armed force to win our communities from the vicious claws of illegal drugs. Hard work, commitment, courage, and most of all, unity will win the day for us. I share with my fellow peace laureates an unparalleled commitment into peace. We are here tonight because we share this common vision. The roads we have been taking may not be the same, and the issues we have been fighting for may vary in many ways. But one thing I know is certain: we all dream of peace. And what makes the difference is that we are willing to give our all to achieve it in our respective countries. I pray for the day when we can all come together again to celebrate our victories. I pray for the day when we can celebrate peace in the world, because we each did our best and succeeded in our respective nations. And until that day comes, let us continue to dream, to fight, and to pray for peace. I would like to dedicate this award to my family, to my wife and my children, to my daughter Lisel, who canceled this birthday celebration today just to be with me. Happy birthday, anak!